So there was Black Panther came out. I watched Infinity War. Infinity War seems to be dealing, and I could totally be making this up, but the bad guy is Thanos. And his whole thing is that he destroys 50% of the population only because, like, he's, like, in his home world or whatever, 50%, like, people were poor, and then when half of them died, you know, it thrived or whatever. Or no, I think his home world ended up getting wrecked. But he goes and conquers around the world and kills half the population, but then the population thrives.
Yeah.
So I think Marvel's trying to, like,
So Thanos,
counterbalance, like, Western civilization to where it's like, yeah, but look how many people died. And he's like, but look how sick this is.
So Thanos is like Planned Parenthood. He's trying to control the population.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's Thanos' idea. He's like, literally...
He's trying to kill Black Panther he's trying to abort Black Panther.
I mean, Thanos
is
I don't want to give any spoilers. Thanos rolled through Wakanda, bro.
He aborted
Thanos
Wakanda?
hit fucking Wakanda hard. I'm not going to give away the thing, but he's fucking shit up nonstop, dude. God, it would be funny if Thanos has had like an Alex Jones head on him the whole time. It's like, lower your shields. But the that was funny. So the Infinity War is dealing with that of like, I think they're kind of like dealing with like the Western civilization brings so many things, but like at
So
what?
you saw it?
But at what cost? I saw it this weekend. Yeah, my girlfriend loves Marvel, dude.
You love it too.
I'll say Infinity Wars was pretty good.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see it.
It's they left out a lot of the cheesy humor.
Oh,
but,
good.
Yeah, thank God. It's not Thor in the beginning, like, oh, I'll get you no matter what.
Yeah.
But it's
Why
it was cool.
Why is he Rodney Dangerfield? What the fuck was that?
Well, he has that eye patch. He's like, oh.
I'll get you.
But I was watching Infinity War, and I'm like, that's interesting. Marvel's going deep on it, dude. Or I'm just in there just like, oh, my God.
You're like, this reminds me of the globalists.
Oh, my God, they're fucking got their finger on the pulse. Not the globalists. Western civilization. I guess they would be the globalists. I don't know what the globalists are. I'm just going to admit it, dude. I just like listening to it. I just know I hate them, and I don't like their agenda.
Well, that's the thing.
Really? So how the fuck are we $7 trillion or whatever, $50 million trillion
I
of
don't
debt?
understand the debt.
That to me is just a fucking fake story.
That's
fake news,
that's
dude.
Fake news.
I've heard about this for years now, and they're like, well, the country's in debt. It's like, fuck you, dude.
That's basically
I didn't spend any of the country's money.
America handles its debt to China the same way I handle my student loans. It's just like, nah, that's not real. It's like, you owe us 20 grand. It's like, no, I don't.
Well, doesn't China like devalue their currency? Don't they?
China does a lot of
they
shit.
play game. They be playing games.
They be playing
lots of games.
They
dude.
play games.
I hear that, and it's like, well, the American people have to get out of it. It's like, dude, fuck you, man.
I hate when people.
If I was in charge of a thing, an entity that ended up $60 trillion in debt, there's no way I could be like, yo, guys, sorry to hear this, but you guys fucked up.
Yeah, you
guys are so fucking. Let me tell you how in debt you are. You're $70 trillion in debt. That makes no sense that like an entity as big as the United States can get that much in debt.
I mean,
someone did that on purpose, dude.
I don't think.
How the fuck did we get that much in? How do we fucking get that far into debt?
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Economics.
I know you can't.
So, but I think that number's real.
How? How didn't they get 1 trillion? Like, all right, let's chill on whatever the fuck we're doing here. But I guess if we're trying to stop nuclear war, it's like, what's the cost, dude?
True. And the way we're stopping it is by being the only country that has nukes.
I know. I love that. Like, you got to destroy all your nukes, dude. Well, at one point, we could have all destroyed them all, and we were like, nah.
Yeah.
We're going to keep ours, but you guys should totally... We'll keep one. We all can use it, but you guys got to ditch yours.
Well, that was when we had them, and no one else did.
Yeah, we were
And then
chilling.
Russia started to like try to steal shit from us, and then they started to build their own, and we were like, you guys better stop. And they're like, well, then destroy yours. Nah. And we're like, no, because if we do, then you're going to make it.
Yeah. Well, it's good that we all have them now. We should have more. I'm pro nuke.
You're pro nukes?
Yeah.
That's a strong stance.
I'm pro nukes, man. It's what's keeping peace right now. That people can argue nukes are what keeps peace, because now like the next step of war is like, you sure you want to do this, bro?
No, it is good, but then that happens.
What?
Then
you think someone's going to? Oh, yeah,
step.
it's happened.
Yeah.
I mean, but if it happened now, it's like we have stuff now where like if a nuke comes, we have something that automatically fires a nuke out of the sky and just chucks a nuke wherever the fucking one came from.
What was that?
I'm telling you again, dude. We have anti-nuke systems where, like, we have missiles, dude.
I thought you said we have nukes that nuke the other nuke in
we
the
do.
sky.
I'm telling you, we have missiles that blow the nuke in the sky Yeah, they're nukes.
We nuke the nuke.
We do
in the
nuke them.
sky.
We nuke the nukes, and then we have a follow up nuke that's like, yeah, you think you're gonna send a nuke at us? Fucking,
No, we nuke the
We
nuke.
nuke them.
Nuke the nukers.
lots of nukes going on, dude.
That's good.
It's like a big old grab ass game of nukes.
Nukes are sick.
Love
dude.
nuclear technology.
I
dude.
can't wait for nukes to start
Fuck, man.
popping off, dude.
Oh, dude, I fucking
I'm gonna be
can't wait.
safe down here in this basement.
I do fantasize sometimes about like a post-apocalyptic world, or just like having to live like if the whole government falters, everything goes down to shit. Sometimes I think like, as much as people are like, "Ooh, you say that now," and it's like I know I would miss fucking hot water and shit, but fuck, dude, just roaming around, no one has jobs. The only game is just fucking getting back to your bunker, blasting fucking thieves and pirates.
Dude, I mean, I understand you're talking Mad Max, but
Yeah.
when governments falter, you get the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. You get you
Some
and your
do.
family are put in a camp
Some do, but by who?
and you're working.
I'm not talking, but that's like another
Just a
government
gang of
popping
dudes
up.
with AK-47s.
I'm talking about just it's pure
I
anarchy.
know. That's why I said I know you're thinking like
Yeah.
Mad Max level,
Exactly.
but
Fire up a go-kart, dude, blast it across the grass. You're like, what the fuck is that?
hell yeah.
I think about that. Or
Even
just like
truck.
riding a horse. Like that's you just ride a horse,
Get a horse.
get some water. Your day is like make it to the water hole,
Get some
shoot
water.
a bandit.
You got to water your horse.
Yeah, I got water,
shoot a
dude.
bandit. This is good stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I
Would you
fantasize
keep
about that.
Would you keep Ajax with you?
He'd be on my fucking
He'd be
compound.
a
I mean, I would
good
call. I have a big family. I would call. I'd be like calling all cousins, dude. We're gonna set up a barbed wire fucking fence.
Damn, you know how hot that would be with all those hot cousins around in your barbed wire fence?
I mean that economy, hot cousins is like having. That's like your savings account. You'd start getting some trades
Well,
on
you
with
and
other
me, the Gillis
compounds.
clan in Central PA, we could barter some cousins.
We'd be on the Silk Road, dude. We'd be on the pubic hair road.
You come up to the Appalachians, dude. We'll give you some cousins.
Be the cousin pube road.
We'll trade you some cousins. That'd be sick if we could barter cousins.
That'd be tight.
I'd give you a fucking ugly fat Gillis. You'd give me. I'd barter some cousins for you.
I get the boys. The boys would get on her.
I got Frankie Gillis, dude. Him versus Ajax might be the battle of the century.
Oh, that'd be sick
we could
entertainment.
fight like champions.
Everyone would start shaking hands at the elbows too. Be like,
Yeah.
nice, glad we
Yes.
joined camps.
Be like, now send your autistic cousin versus my autistic cousin. Frankie would fuck shit up, dude. I gotta show you this guy.
I gotta see these boys in action,
Frankie's
dude.
one of the funniest people ever.
I mean, I'd have all the boys out in the yard all day, just like lifting rocks and shit, dude. Just preparing for.
now my family now is weak. We'd have to join forces with. There's the Connolly brothers. We would join the Connolly clan. Would unite. We'd have Central PA. We'd have a good post-apocalyptic.
That'd be a nice
plan.
stronghold, yeah. That'd be a nice
We
stronghold.
might post up at 3 Mile Island. That's a
See,
good post-apocalyptic chill sesh.
that's the
With
post-apocalyptic
fucking,
chill sesh,
What are those
dude.
towers called? The water towers?
The fucking Homer Simpson tanks. shooting
Yeah,
up-
yeah.
whatever they're
We could
called.
just- we could set up shop right there.
Damn, dude.
Fuck our cousins, mutate. We'd all start mutating.
Yeah, you don't
Wow.
get. I think after like. No, yeah, you can't fuck your cousins at all. I was like, maybe you get like one generation. That's all right.
You can fuck your cousins.
You can get away with it, but you got
The Muslims
you got to
do,
hide
and
a lot of
it's
freaks.
very,
You got to hide. Yeah, you got to hide a lot of freaks.
What the Muslims say, it's very...
Very negligible.
It is negligible.
The risk of cousin marriage is very negligible. 1%. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
that's a lot
exactly.
of fucking millions. How many Muslims are there?
1,200. Hold on, how many Muslims?
I think
do
there's
they
like
get?
2 billion,
Yeah, you're close. Yeah,
2 to 3 maybe.
three's pushing.
They're growing
I
too.
think it's like 1.8.
Okay, but the Muslim, I think I was thinking that their population's growing faster than any other
They are.
religious
It was down
subset.
in Indonesia,
They're going, baby.
popping them out.
They're going quick.
Yeah,
Hey.
but
That would be. I mean, they're definitely. You want to talk post-apocalypse? You got to crank out some kids. That's the only way.
true.
That's why your loins itch so bad.
Damn. We would set up
why you
shop.
get so horny in
I
the
kind of want this
spring.
to happen now. This is a good idea.
It'd be so fun, man.
We'd set up shop at 3 Mile Island, right along the mighty Susquehanna. It would fucking fuel us.
Great water source, dude.
We'd get so much fish.
Oh man, you get those fucking the fish would be jacked too.
We'd
You-
have jacked
There's probably
fish.
sharks in the Susquehanna.
There are several
Just
sharks.
catfish that morphed into
in
sharks.
the mighty Susquehanna.
You gotta watch for those catfish stings, dude.
This is the podcast.
This is the
It's like we got to delete the first one. It sucks. Now we're like, you got to go to the Susquehanna. and get some-
We're up to
Oh, the
60,
Reddit?
up to 60
oh
people,
my
bro.
God, 60 people just all day, just
Community strong.
typing, trying to communicate with the
We're gonna
bulls.
move to fucking Antelope, bro.
We're
We're just not gonna do what they do. We're not gonna fuck up, dude.
Wild Wild World or Wild Wild
Wild
Country?
Wild Country.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, dude? Is like that's happened in the 60s. They did the same fucking thing where they were like, we're not going to have any centralized power. It's all going to be this and that. And it's like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Just on the personality level, if you and everyone you know move into a house, like all the 60 people of Reddit, there's people that just happen to have dominant personalities. So it's like they're going to just start naturally kind of bossing people around. And the way the hippie communes were is like you weren't allowed to make anything like a political allegiance. So like when people will start dominating the commune, you weren't even allowed to go to someone else and be like, dude, what the fuck's up with him?
Yeah.
So people just had to be bitches to whoever was like the alpha hippie,
Whoever was
which
the guru.
dude, alpha hippies, dude. I am
Ugh.
saying that from experience. Stay the fuck away. They're bad
We
people.
got to explain what this show is.
Wild Country, Wild
Yeah.
Country.
It's on Netflix.
It's about an Indian guru who was just had like this spiritual. He was like a guy who was basically like was getting like Europeans and Westerners to be like, I have this branch of philosophy where it's like free sex, like just meditating.
Yeah,
and
all
it's-
religions are good.
It was like if you go to Bikram yoga and like rather than doing poses, you just went and
Yeah,
screamed.
yeah.
And you're like, I fucking hate you, Dad. Then afterwards, like everyone got naked, laid there, then meditated. And obviously, people were like, "This fucking rules." And then he hired a bulldog, dude.
He got a nice Indian bulldog.
He was a very,
She was
he was
coming
a
at
very
people.
delicate man.
He
dude.
was.
He was like a flower, dude.
He was.
So he had to move his compound because they were making so much money just for people fucking paying him, I guess. Move to Antelope among like super Christian conservative, and therein lies the clash.
Antelope in America.
Antelope,
They moved
Oregon.
from India to Oregon.
It's a crazy
and
move.
They brought with them their followers into
Yeah.
this town of like 40 people that were like,
Yeah, literally 40
yeah,
people.
40. And they're like, get the fuck out of here.
They didn't like it, dude. They saw they didn't like seeing fucking Bhagwan. That's his name. I told you I
Bhagwan,
remember it.
nice.
They didn't like, dude. So they imagine you're just chilling in Antelope,
Wearing
fucking-
overalls.
literally overalls.
Even the women are in overalls. Everyone's
Even the women are in
overalled
overalls.
out.
Exactly, dude. And you're just chilling. You see an Indian dude get out of a Rolls Royce, and you just see a bunch of white dudes dressed in orange laying carpets down for him to walk on through your 40-person town. There's people who saw that and were like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I wasn't with them until they bought out like the bar, the cafe there.
My whole thing
That's
is
when I was like, all right, now I get why
they were
so
chilling.
mad.
Here's my thing. They were chilling on their thing.
Yeah.
Minding their own fucking business. And then people were like, we're going to stop them from building because they're not using their land properly, which fair enough for them because they live in a quiet town. Now they're like, wait, you're going to build a city with 400, you're saying 20,000 people? They're like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
So they try to stop it, but then they were like, oh yeah? So it was just a never ending
Yeah,
tip.
yeah, yeah.
And they didn't like, the only thing too is like, those commune people, they didn't like the fucking townspeople. They probably looked at them like these dumb fucking
These fucking
hicks.
yokels.
It was both. It was
Yeah.
definitely a tale of fucking two weird cities, dude.
Yeah. It was great. And then my favorite part, and I don't know, I think you said you didn't get to this
No.
yet. It's the best part. So
It sounds hilarious.
the retreat, what do you call it? A compound?
Yeah.
Like the city they're building. Rajneesh, the city of Rajneesh.
Yeah.
They need to get
And then
enough-
again, you're a white dude in overalls, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden your city becomes welcome to Rajneesh, dude. You're just like,
Yeah.
you're just fucking masturbating your shotgun, just like, oh god,
it's time.
oh my god.
They needed votes to win this county seat.
Well, they were going to dissolve the fucking whole town.
Well,
They're
the,
like,
the
well, fuck
town
you.
tried to do that.
They
and
tried to
then-
dissolve. That's why they got renamed Rajneesh.
But then later, there's another election where they're trying to elect like county officials. They're trying to buy the entire county. Mm-hmm. And then, so in order to get votes, they're like, we need to just get at least 1,000 people more in our city. So they just go out and get as many homeless people as they can from all over the country. Just homeless
dude.
dudes. And they're like, you come live with us and vote with us. And then that's
They were
when
just
the-
like,
that's when the wheels come off because those boys came in. They're like, this is paradise. You got a house now,
God.
but that doesn't fix you.
no.
You're still fucking.
That's one of those
out
things
there.
where like maybe 15% of the homeless people were like, okay, I'm getting back on my feet. But dude, a lot of those guys are like completely
Yeah.
schizophrenic and just whacked.
And so they bring in 1,000 of them, and they're like, we can fix them. We can treat them like humans. And then they're like, dude,
They just wild the
we're
fuck out.
wilding out. Rape City, dude. Let's
they-
get
did they get some-
nutty.
they clocked some
probably
fucking
got
rapes?
a couple people. They were fighting people. They were
True,
fucking,
and if you're
bunch of
homeless,
homeless dudes.
if you're homeless, dude, that's just, I mean, it's feral. So like
Yeah.
rapes fucking happen in the homeless community.
you're raping.
You're getting raped and you're raping, dude. It's
better.
rape or be raped.
It's a rape eat rape.
That's
world,
a rapey.
dude.
That's a rape culture, dude.
That's a
if you're
real
living on the
rape
streets,
culture.
that's the biggest thing. If you're living in abandoned houses and shit, what's to stop some fucking methed out junkie to just like spot you out in your sleeping bag and fucking tear through that
Crawl
thing and
under
get
there
you,
with you.
dude? They get fucking raped hard. And homeless people, you don't think about that, man. When you see some guy with a sign, it's like you probably just
That's why
got
they
hard.
sit on those vents. Let
Yeah.
the steam come up, fucking steam that butt out, dude. They just took one in the fucking keister. I love the idea though of this commune just being like, we can take these people in, and then
so
just
funny.
instantly it's just like the whole thing just dissolves, and then they start like exporting homeless people. They're like, all right, you got to get out of here.
Well, dude, it's a tale as old as time. I think, and I think I'm not totally sure. David Bowie did something like this, to where he was like, people just need a place to go to and freely like create and express themselves, and it just turned into a bunch of people mooching off him and acting like assholes. Or he was like, you know what, fuck this, fuck, and it's like you break That's what happens when you do so many hallucinogenics and acid and shit that you break everything down to like the beginning of time in your own head, to where you're like, no, we can start new, and then you just go on this new path, and all of the old lessons of everything is like, oh yeah, all this shit's here for a reason, and it all makes sense.
Yeah.
And you get depressed and you become like a shitty hippie, and you're like, you become a cynical hippie, and dude, that's another hippie. Get away from them, dude.
What, cynical
Like
hippies?
cynical hippie, dude.
What happens?
He was like, all of a sudden turns 40 and is like, fuck, I do need money.
Starts being a Republican kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
He's like a moderate
It's
Democrat.
like, I need some money. Like they start selling ice cream, and they're like, all right, fuck it.
Kind of like for the war in Iraq all of a sudden.
Yeah, dude, you gotta. I'm telling you,
sense.
that's what happens, man. You like, that's what when I was living in my fucking ecosystem, my house, where I was like, I don't need fucking.
Well, you didn't know
anything.
ecosystems were fake.
True that, dude.
That was the problem.
True that, dude.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, that's what happens. That's what's gonna happen to all these people too. All these weird kids are like, I just need to do my art, and like this is bullshit. It's like you run smack up into the world, and you're like, yeah, maybe these homeless people, you know, maybe people did try to help them, and they were just absolutely unable to do it.
You do run into that with your art. I'm good at my art.
Yeah.
And I'm still, you know, at rock bottom.
You start. I mean, when you're younger, and you're like, why do people have these dumbass fucking jobs? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, that's why.
That's what's funny is that's what Tim Dillon was saying this weekend at McGoobies.
What?
He was like, I was talking to these younger comics, and I'm like, quit now. He's like, because the winners in this, I remember when I started, and I was like, fucking suckers, 9 to 5 with a family, boring ass life.
Yeah.
And he's like, then you keep doing this for a while, and you're like, man, those are the winners.
Yeah.
It's like you just work 9 to 5, come home, do whatever you want. You got your family,
Yeah.
kids.
You have free time.
got
You're
your
not
own
even.
house in seclusion.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like, I'm out here in fucking New York doing mics every night. That shit sucks. That actually sucks.
Well, the thing that no one, I mean, not no one, but like when people who have like fame lust, if you're mentally disturbed by trying to gain fame, you're going to be equally, if not more, disturbed by the actually having fame, because then there's the possibility of losing it. So you're squeezing a wet bar of soap, dude. It's never going to fucking, you're equally like, oh my God, I'm not relevant anymore. And
Yeah, true.
you never win, dude. It never
I
stops.
think that's what happened to Tiffany Haddish is already saying some crazy shit.
Dude, I mean, you're
Right
not
off
really,
the bat.
you're not really fucking made to handle this shit, man.
Yeah.
To fucking look like having hundreds of thousands of people evaluate you and write about you every day.
I can't.
We're
handle
designed for like 40 people
I
villages.
can't handle like one person on Reddit. I can't handle one person like being like, "Yo, that guy kind of sucks." I'm like driving around just like, "Fuck, dude, I fucking suck." Delete the podcast.
Because we're made for like 40-person, 50-person villages. So it's a big deal if like two people are like, "Yo, fuck that guy." You're like, you're designed to be like, "Ah, shit, that's
change.
a good 16th of the village, dude, who's against me." That could result in you getting fucked up.
It fucking crushes me.
not
If
good,
I
man.
get one negative review,
Dude,
I'm
telling you,
such
man.
a fucking pussy about it half the time, and then other times I'm the man. Dude, I don't give a fuck. A couple BLs in me, and I'm just like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
I've gotten better about it, but I can still be like, if I'll hear something and I'll kick around the old echo chamber for a while, where I'm like, I do have an annoying laugh, and I'm like,
Oh, I remember that. I remember saying that.
I
to you.
still remember
I'm like,
that.
Somebody reviewed us and was like, somebody on that has an annoying fucking laugh.
and I instantly was like, it's definitely me.
And I was like, it's definitely you.
Yeah, but I just
If you would have said that to me, I would have been like, fuck you, dude. I'd have been devastated. You took it well. I apologize for that.
no, I don't care. That's the thing. I eventually am like, you get over it to where you're like, whatever, man. But and this is like the YouTube shooter. I mean, she was like schizophrenic, but it's like, this morning when I woke up from my weird meth dreams, I like woke up this morning and I was just like, dude, that lady, like and it sucks because you can't go back to the village life. It sucks. That's not good either. But it's like mentally, we're supposed to like, you wake up, if to eat, you got to run around and exercise and hunt. Like you're life and death all day long. So there's never this like, what am I doing with you're running around doing stuff. And then like you're with 40 people, you're telling sick stories, you're by the fire, people are eating fucking ayahuasca. And you're just like, yes, this is fucking chill. Materially, it's uncomfortable. Materially, it's uncomfortable.
This is a Joe Rogan theory.
Mentally, dude, I'm like, I see that.
I believe it too.
I see that, but I also, dude, I love air conditioning and shit. But it's like, dude, if people, and I think it will, if people could fuse those two worlds, be like, all right, we have all of our shit. We're chill. And stop bugging themselves out to the max and being like, they're demonetizing my videos. It'd be a nice thing for people.
I don't know. I don't think we'll ever get there.
We won't. We're not designed to be like that.
I'm getting afraid of another world war after listening to this one.
I know, dude. We're designed to be like
damn,
in 40
it's
people.
terrifying.
You're designed to be in 40 people and try to get to the top of that. But to like, if that goes to like 400 million, now you're just like, I'll fucking never get to that. You freak.
Dude,
you freak and geek.
Reading or listening to war stories should be fucking mandatory
Yeah.
across the country, dude. If you listen to that fucking... And I know you listened to it. I listened to it a while ago. That Carlin...
Armageddon.
World War
I listened to the first one. And
Dude.
it was like, holy fuck.
Listen to, like, the Battle of Verdun and shit. It's like, we got to make sure this never happens. And people forget and don't know.
Yeah.
And then you go into World War II. And then you go into fucking another thing. And it's
I
like,
know.
we're getting close, man.
I don't think...
Timeline's ripe.
That's true,
We got another war coming. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in it.
I don't fucking want nothing to do with it.
I'm going to be down here in my basement.
A little bunker, dude.
Hiding
You could
out.
put
I
some
got
radioactive stickers on the door, dude. Make it a bomb shelter. Yeah, that shit fucking bugs me out.
But I don't know where that my thought was totally different than yours. Sorry,
No, I forget what I
but
was
the
thinking now.
Wild Wild Country, pretty good.
It's worth watching.
It's all right.
A lot of filler. A lot of filler. They really fucking learned. It annoys me when they're like, things get successful, like making a murderer. And then everyone tries to start doing things like that. So they're
Sure.
like, let's just do this again. It's like, it's no making a murderer. It's cool. You watch it
Yeah.
and you're like, damn. That it would be. I've thought of this before. It would be sick to get like 12 of your friends and just all build houses right next to each other and just not have a weird cult and not fucking get
It would
naked and
turn
scream in
into
the
a weird
woods.
cult.
But you're not gonna have 12 guys fucking hang out, you know? Fucking you know all your neighbors and it's nothing weird and village like. You all have your separate lives, but it's like that would be tight.
That's what my family had. That there were a couple. There's like a family across the street. There was like
Yeah.
5 houses that like we would all hang out.
Dude.
I remember when there was blizzards. We would all have blizzard parties.
I
Go
mean-
to somebody's house and get fucking hammered. Well, they would. I would run around with the other kids
just
because they were
chill.
all our age.
Your sisters
out.
are just haunting you, dude.
My
Like,
sisters
you
were like,
fat
"Look at your
bitch."
fucking fat hips, you fucking pussy."